us with a grin, risking head and shin. If we're behind, we never mind, we fight and win. Oh, we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren blows. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold. Oh, we're from Tiger, yellow and black. Oh, we're from Tiger, eat 'em alive. Oh, we're from Tigerland. Oh, we're from Tigerland. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, Lord, I wanna be in that number. When the saints come marching in. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, Lord, I wanna be in that number. When the saints come marching in, we are traveling in the footsteps of those who have gone before. But we'll all be reunited on a new and sunlit shore. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, Lord, I wanna be in that number. When the saints come marching in. Some days in this world of trouble, He's the only one we need. But I'm waiting for that morning when the new world is revealed. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, Lord, I wanna be in that number. When the saints come marching in. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, Lord, I wanna be in that number. When the saints come marching.
In conjunction with No More, AFL Northern Territory welcomes you to No More Round, where the NTFL takes a stand against domestic and family violence. Today, together, as one whole community, we say no more to domestic violence and family violence. Founded in 2006 by the Northern Territory's very own Charlie King, the No More campaign uses the power of sport to change the way the public views family violence. The No More campaign believes that sport plays an important part in raising awareness of the problem, and today our players, coaches, volunteers and umpires will meet in the middle of the ground, link arms and create the No More support circle, taking a unified stance against any form of violence. It's time for us all to become community champions and stand up to each other and say no more.
Good evening, good afternoon everyone. It's AFL Northern Territory's coverage of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League. It's round 10, meaning that's no more round. AFL Northern Territory welcomes you to no more round, where the NTFL, in conjunction with No More, take a stand against domestic and family violence. It's St Mary's and Nightcliff. I'm Ryan Sachs. I'll be joined alongside by the wonderful Liz Cruz. Liz, how are you?
Thanks, Ryan. An early one today, middle of the day. Nightcliff and St Mary's should be an absolutely cracking game. They're both up there at the top end of the ladder this season. Just be a great game before the Christmas break gets closer, Ryan.
Absolutely, and Saints looking like one of the top sides coming into the Christmas break at the moment. Nightcliff last week suffered probably an unexpected loss for some people against Waratah. Is this where they bounce back today against this strong St Mary's outfit? Yeah,
St Mary's just with the one loss to Pint so far this season. Pint undefeated. That was a little bit of a surprise last season, but just shows the strength of the competition. The top four are all up there and round about each other. So I think this will be a close game. I think on paper St Mary's do look a little bit stronger, but anything can happen, and football's a funny game.
Absolutely. A week is a long time in footy, and of course today with no more round, all the umpires and I believe some of the players will also be wearing orange armbands in respect of no more and helping stop domestic and family violence today. So good cause, and it's a great day for footy. Cracking weather out here at TIO Stadium as we are just about to get things underway.
Yeah, the umpire holding the ball aloft, and we are underway here at TIO Stadium in Darwin, and St Mary's opting with Hannah Hillman in the number 27. She played wonderfully last week, but it is Nightcliff with the first centre clearance. Chopped off, though, by St Mary's, just right on the defensive 50. They're going to switch it now to the grandstand side. A good lead there, but the kick goes over the top of everyone. So the chase is on. There's a bit of a push there. So St Mary's will get the free kick. Looks like Marley Gunderson. They look a bit different today in the full green. St Mary's out there, but good that there's no jumper clash. So Nightcliff now in the middle, back towards the grandstand, but a 2-on-1 contest allows St Mary's to clear it out again. There's been a free kick. It'll go to St Mary's. Looks like Bed there in the 26 for St Mary's. Big in today. Chopped off. Her kick goes directly to Nightcliff. Looks like Gabby there for Nightcliff. Both teams just settling early in the opening minutes of this game, and the ball will go across the line. So 1 minute in, and we haven't really made much.
No, just a couple of free kicks going St Mary's way at the moment. But yeah, both sides just kind of feeling each other out at the moment, just kind of seeing who's going to blink first.
So a ball in, and some really good ruck contest today. That'll be fantastic. Gemma Iacono back in the team for St Mary's after missing with an injury. Joe Miller with the handball. Gone across the line, but the umpire hasn't called it yet. Looks like Sophie Hatzis-Smarlis there wrapping up Hannah Fosbrook. So I think we made about 5 metres then. We'll have a ball up on the wing. So hits the deck. Hannah Fosbrook is there. Comes up again. So another ball up. So just ticking over here at St Mary's up to the 2-minute mark. Tapped away now by Kat Simmons in the ruck for Nightcliff. Trying to pick it up, but no clean possession. And Gunderson just bumped off the ball. Hillman, Billy Byers coming through for Saints, but picked up there by Gabby Della again for Nightcliff. Handball now by Janet Baird for St Mary's, and what a great smother. Second effort there by Baird, her first game for St Mary's, coming off the Hawthorn list. But back inside now, Nightcliff's 50, getting close now, and the St Mary's defence having to work super hard, but a good handball out backwards to Jade Delacour. She's going to kick it to the St Mary's club side. Foot race on, picked up one-handed there, and a little handball away. Some really good pressure out there, just bumping each other off the ball. Emily Forshaw going in and under, but Delacour again coming out with it straight to the Nightcliff player. Really hard to pick up those white numbers on the yellow jumpers today. Sorry to the viewers at home. The kick goes across the face of goal. Fosbrook beating Hatzis-Smarlis, but Hatzis-Smarlis working super hard there to get in front, but the umpire says he'll wrap it up. So a really tight opening first few minutes, Ryan.
Absolutely, and the ball down at the right end for the Tigers at the moment. So just looking if they can snag a quick one here.
Hillman out of the ruck now, goes straight to Joe Miller. Just the running machine, puts it on the boot, but it's going to go out of bounds on the full. So Nightcliff now should be Gabby Della again. She's had a few touches early in this opening term. In the number 14, puts it on the right. Kicks it to 50, looking for Michaela Ward, I think it is. Super strong hands there by Wardy. Such a dominating forward over the last few seasons for the Tigers. Kicks it to the top of the goal square, just puts it in the perfect spot for her teammate there, and a super mark now by the youngster Cassie McWilliam, who's had a great couple of seasons for the Tigers, and she'll have a shot on goal from about 35 metres out directly in front. McWilliam now running in, puts it on the left, a high kick, looks pretty straight to me, and the Tigers open up the scoring here at the women's game at TIO Stadium. 4-minute mark, Nightcliff Tigers, one straight goal, St Mary's yet to score.
Yeah, cracking start there from the Tigers. It was just kind of those few opening minutes where it was just kind of living out here on the broadcast wing, where it was just kind of bobbling around, but it was really strong there from the Tigers just to slow it down a little bit, take those contested marks, and obviously it seemed like a little bit of mismatch in that St Mary's defence. So wondering if they're just going to maybe look at that, move the magnets around, because obviously once the team is taking strong contested marks, things aren't going to look good, but it is a hot start for the Tigers.
Yeah, just that crucial mark there to Michaela Ward, who hung on to it and just really set that team's goal up. Back in the middle now, ball up. Hillman winning that ruck tap straight to Gemma Iacono, who kicks it to a teammate. So they've taken the mark now by Marley Gunderson. Grace Senior, top of the 50. Back to Iacono, puts it on the right. Inside 50 now, but the Nightcliff defenders working super hard. Picked up, little chain of handballs by St Mary's, but the player is pushed off the ball. Looks like Nikki Anderson there coming into the seniors, or the Premier League this week. Wrapped up on the wing, though, is Creed Ray. Some great Tiger defence. St Mary's kicking it inboard on the far wing in the pocket. A kick now at goal, and that one's gone through, and St Mary's have levelled the score, one straight goal each, just trying to pick up the player there, and it looks like Pavic in the number 14, who comes back into the side this week. So they've changed up their ruck format this week by the looks, St Mary's, and Pavic down in the forward line, Hillman in the ruck after she did such a great job last week.
Yeah, well, after a pretty much a tug of war to start this game, we've now just seen basically 2 goals in about a minute and a bit of action as we just tick into the 6-minute mark of this first quarter. So now I reckon we're going to see a little bit of a shootout now, I reckon, Liz.
Yeah, both highly skilled teams, and really clean football so far. I was just trying to look at the flags, but they've taken them down, so we can't even see if there's any wind out there. St Mary's now taking it out of the middle again. Iacono to Anderson. Anderson gets a high up and under kick away. St Mary's able to run onto it through Ali Trigg. She gets tackled, and the umpire says holding the ball, so great tackle there by Fogus for the Tigers. She switches now to the grandstand side. Michaela Ward over the top, but she's got to beat 2 players. Picks it up, but across the line with a bit of pressure there by Jade Delacour. So almost 7-minute mark of this first quarter, and it's pretty even here at TIO Stadium. Ball in now. Goes over the top of everyone. Nightcliff running onto it, but can't take clean possession. Forshaw puts her head over the ball. Her handball misses, but it's Nightcliff now who get that handball away. Held without it there, but play on, says the umpire. Nightcliff working hard over the ball, drops it. Still no call by the umpire, so Pavic swings around on the right, bounces over the top of a Nightcliff player. They're able to get their kick now to the 50 line, and that's a fantastic mark by, I think that's McWilliam again, but her kick is smothered by Janet Baird, who asked for the handball back, and then her kick is smothered by McWilliam. So a free kick is paid. Delacour holding, McWilliam with the free kick in the number 7. Which looks like a number 1 from where we're sitting. Beautiful kick in. She's got the runner, but a great defensive tackle by Emily Forshaw, the captain of St Mary's. Just saved a certain goal there, Ryan.
Great effort defensively. It felt like that Nightcliff were probably going to score another one there. Just the forward pressure from Nightcliff has been elite, so...
Nikita Long now to bring it in for St Mary's. The mark not taken but able to be picked up now by Trigg, who gets a kick away, but a beautiful athletic running mark there to Sophie Hatzismalis. Turns around, plays on quickly inside 50 with the eyes up, looking for Michaela Ward, spots her up, and it looks like they're going to go to her all day today, Ryan, and with a set of hands on her like that, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's just starting to become the factor of this game, Marks. She spots someone in the pocket, Liz.
McWilliam again.
Probably just saved 30 metres on that kick, I reckon. So
Cassie McWilliam, she's kicked one already in this opening term, and she's going to line up again probably kick it from only about 30 out. Slight angle. So McWilliam runs in, kicks it on the left. Looks like a goal from where we're sitting, and the Tigers players get around her. Cassie McWilliam with her second goal so far today.
Well, her and Michaela Ward have pretty much been the dynamic duo to start this game, Liz. Both of them are just taking all the marks at the moment, and I'm not sure what went on there because Casey McWilliams was essentially alone in the pocket there. So maybe just a little bit of a lapse in concentration perhaps from the St. Mary's defence there, just to not mark up on her. But Michaela Ward, she is stamping her authority on this game early. Oh,
she sure is. She's a class act, Michaela Ward. And she's obviously had representative duties the last few seasons and was in the VFLW for the Bulldogs, and she's gone straight back into the middle now. So they've switched up their ruck now, both teams. Pavic back in the ruck and gets it down, picked up beautifully there, though, by Hunter, who gets it inside 50 for St. Mary's, but that mark is chopped up. As I said, can't read those numbers on the Nightcliff team in the white today, so apologies for not calling some of the names. But over on the grandstand wing now, and Fosbrook kicks it off the ground. She's got two. Gunderson picks it up, wheels around, puts it on the right to the top of the goal square. Some great defensive work by the Tigers, though. And the ball hits the deck. No one able to take clean possession. Umpire will run in and we'll have a ball up.
Yeah, 3 goals kicked in this first term so far. Just 10.5 minutes gone. So, free kick's been pointed out here, Liz, and 50.
Wow. Well, that'll be a certain goal for St. Mary's as Hannah Fosbrook just runs inside the goal square.
Not too sure what's going on there, but it's a goal anyway. St. Mary's reply, it's 2-0-12 to Nightcliff's 2-1-13. 1 point the difference in favour of the Tigers, and things becoming very interesting now. So
they certainly are, and Hannah Fosbrook in her second season for St. Mary's. She plays for Hawthorn in the VFLW during our dry season, but during winter footy, so some great experience, but she loves coming up to Darwin and playing for St. Mary's. So 11-minute mark of the first quarter here at TIO Stadium, and it is Nightcliff 2-1-13, St. Mary's 2 straight goals 12, a 1 point ball game. Might be a close one today, Ryan.
As we would expect from 2 high-quality sides.
So back in the ruck again and just smashing it out. Paula Pavic, who chases her own ball. Janet Baird just running through now, stepping around, putting it on the right, but goes straight to the Nightcliff player there. As I said, can't pick up those numbers very well today, and now they switch it to the wing. I think it's Landwehr there for Tigers. There's going to be another 50-metre penalty. So 2 50-metre penalties in the last couple of minutes, Ryan.
Yeah, I think she just encroached over the mark a little bit there, so interesting to see how they go from this.
Yeah, so the Tigers now bringing it down the wing. Landwehr kicks it inside 50, but cut off right on the 50 by Hunter. Joe Miller just mopping it up, kicking it on her trade mud left. Over the top, Fosbrook with an important punch away. Bit of a high tackle there. She's given away the free kick. And Landwehr, again, will probably send it inside a bit deeper this time with this kick. So inside 50. Michaela Ward almost takes a stretching mark, picked up by Dalla. Handball going backwards now, and a big tackle on the kicker, but cut off there again by Rayma Podjimi in the back line for St. Mary's. Podjimi now. Little kick looking for Gemma Iacono, but she's got a lot of pressure there from Nightcliff. Della drops it as she kicks it. Monet Hunter running in now. No talk there, and she gets called for holding the ball. Play on, and there's been another tackle, Fosbrook. So it's a bit of chaos out here at the moment. Both teams. Janet Baird going backwards now, and just poor Jimmy just gets cleaned up. But the free kick there to Nightcliff, and that's Sophie Berry. Has the runner there, possibly a push Pujimi picks it up, but no clean handball. Carr in there for St Mary's. Nightcliff coming out with it, but the players wrapped up by Forshaw. Carr still pushing through. She was outstanding last week for St Mary's. And the Nightcliff player is wrapped up. Just watching that handball there by Pujimi on the replay. So just inside Nightcliff's 50 now. Dangerous for the St Mary's defence here. They're working super hard. Billy Byers gets legged, so she'll get a free kick in the defensive 50. So she's just going to slow it down now and switch the play to the far side where she's got a teammate there in Grace Senior. Doesn't take the mark, but she's got support there with Creed Ray. Under a lot of pressure here. Kick off the ground. Umpires blown the whistle. Be a free kick, and it's going to go back to Senior by the looks.
Yeah, can't be too much time left with the 4 goals kicked. Yeah,
we're at the 14-minute mark now of this first quarter. Gives a handball back to Billy Byers. Little kick down the wing, but the pressure from the Nightcliff defence has been rock solid in this first quarter as players fight for the ball. Nightcliff now bringing it out. Nikita Long running at it, doesn't get a kind bounce. Wrapped up there by Kennedy for Nightcliff, and then the handball smothered. Carr now picking it up for St Mary's. Little kick into the middle. She's got the runner there in Joe Miller. Cops a high tackle, and the umpire saw it, so it'll be a free kick to St Mary's inside the centre square. Miller's going to play on quickly, switch it to the grandstand side where she's got Fosbrook. Miller just runs all day. Look at the work rate there. Fosbrook going back. Nikita Long there with the white zinc on her face for this midday game. This kick gets smothered by Nightcliff. Their pressure in this first quarter has been exceptional. St Mary's now through Barb Eilert. She plays on. She didn't know that there was a Nightcliff player right behind her, and she gets called for holding the ball. So just a bit more talk needed by St Mary's as Cassie McWilliam now sends it deep inside 50, but Gemma Iacono there with a great mark for St Mary's. Switching back towards the grandstand side, a diving mark by her captain, Emily Forshaw. It's going to give the hands off to Iacono, but she needs to protect her teammate there because there is Nightcliff players everywhere, and they've chopped it off now through Styles. Styles, a little kick looking for Landwehr, can't take the mark. Pujimi with the pressure, but that Nightcliff got the kick away, trapped beautifully by Gemma Iacono now with the handball. Back to Forshaw, back to Iacono, running out of the 50 now. Oh, almost a great mark to the Nightcliff player there. Can't pick up that number again. As we said, these white numbers are super hard to read, but a kick away now by Fogus of Nightcliff. They've got the runners here. Michaela Ward picks it up, but she gets tackled. Some great pressure and more pressure in the goal square. They're going to kick it off the ground. McWilliam, another goal for the Nightcliff Tigers after some amazing defensive work right down the field by her teammates.
Yeah, well, it started with that turnover in the middle of the ground with the holding the ball. Just a little lack of awareness there, I would think. Maybe just some communication as well needed. Flags have just gone up, and it's pretty heavy to the right of screen. And if you're asking me, Liz, the way to score against this classy St Mary's side is you've got to move the ball quickly, get it out the back, and I reckon we saw that there. So pretty big goal just as we close in on quarter time here. 7-point lead to the Tigers.
Yeah, some outstanding work there, as I said, defensively down the ground, and just not allowing St Mary's, an inch. And McWilliam now 3 goals in the opening term is a pretty outstanding effort by an individual player, but well supported by her teammates. Back in the middle now, going up in the ruck. St Mary's have switched back to Hillman, and Fogus in there, I think it is, for the Tigers. So another ball up in the middle, kicking off the ground, will be in danger, and a free kick will go to St Mary's. Gemma Iacono waits for the ball back. Nightcliff didn't want to, they thought it was theirs. Iacono now with a low kick, but pressure on there by both teams. Nightcliff player wrapped up. Be a free kick to St Mary's. So I think that was Nikki Anderson there. She looks a bit sore as she gets up. Gives the handball back to Gemma Iacono, who's worked hard to get down the ground, but her kick going straight to Gabby Della, that is, for the Tigers. Switching now to the grandstand side. Great pressure there by Pujimi from St Mary. She Nightcliff player picks it up, but she gets tackled, so loose ball again. Going backwards to Sophie Hatsamala, so under pressure gets her handball away, and Nightcliff bring it down the wing, looking for Michaela Ward, but bundled across the line there. So good result for Nightcliff, even though it went over the line, I think, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looked like maybe St. Mary's going to sneak one in there, but good to bring it out. Keep that 7-point buffer. Things getting pretty warm outside as well, so...
Yeah, it's a super hot day. We had a little bit of rain this week, and you can just see by the dry patches on the ground how little rain we've had so far this build-up. Hopefully the wet comes soon. Ball in, Hillman takes it, gets wrapped up by Michaela Ward of Nightcliff, who's worked super hard. She'd be in the best in this first quarter for sure for her team. So another ball up now. Nightcliff taking it out. Should be a high tackle. Hillman just taking the player high there. Standing on the mark. And there's the siren. So quarter time here at TIO Stadium in Darwin, and it is Nightcliff 3-1-19 leading St Mary's 2 straight goals, Ryan.
Absolutely, and we'll be right back for round 10 of Women's Premier League action, St Mary's and Nightcliff, after this short break.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference. Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
And a bit of constructive talk. I know it's hard, we've been all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion in the MC Guernsey, get in their face.
TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Played their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play, 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it's a little bit different, but you know what, we can't ask for anything more. The girls put their bodies on the line, and they went in and they went hard, and you know, some of it was unrewarded, but that's footy.
Welcome back to round 10. It's No More Round. AFL welcomes you to No More Round, where the NTFL, in conjunction with No More, take a stand against domestic and family violence. And Liz, it's been a pretty good game so far. Nightcliff with a 7-point lead.
Yeah, Cassie McWilliam with 3 goals in the opening term was outstanding for Nightcliff, along with Michaela Ward as we get back underway. Paula Pavic straight out of the ruck for St Mary's and picked up by Joe Miller. Huge kick inside 50. Jeanette Grant trying to run onto it, but under a lot of pressure there by Weiss of Nightcliff. Tackles are plenty in this game today, and it's Nightcliff who clear it out straight to Emily Forshaw, the captain of St Mary's. He's going to send it straight back inside 50, spots up a player in Joe Miller, and she turns around quickly, puts it on the left as she's spotted a teammate in Hillman for Saints. A handball backwards now as she was under pressure. Billy Byers with the running kick on goal, but it's all Nightcliff back there, and they tap it into the point post, so it'll be out of bounds for a throw-in.
Yeah, hot start, Liz, and maybe that is the scoring, and despite the flags on the far side of the ground actually showing absolutely no advantage to either side, maybe it's just this right side of screen, maybe, Liz, that is just tempting to score a little more.
Yeah, the Pint Club end, as we call it here in Darwin, as that throw-in goes over the top. Nightcliff pick it up. Looks like Hatzismalis out there, or Della. They look alike. I've mucked them up already today, and it goes up again. Hillman in the ruck for St Mary's with that height advantage. Taken out now, Nikki Anderson tackled. Nightcliff with a little handball out, but the kick smothered by Forshaw. She's working super hard today, can't quite pick it up. She's got some great backup there by Anderson, but the ball goes across the line again, and both teams just not giving each other an inch in this game, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. Good pressure, good start from the St. Mary's, just looking to peg back that Nightcliff lead immediately.
Down the St. Mary's end, taken out of the ruck by Hillman. She kicks it, looking for a teammate. It hits the point post, so it'll be out of bounds again for another throw-in. The boundary umpire working hard down there at the start of this second quarter, right in front of the St. Mary's goal. Hillman over the top. A little hands away, taken out by Miller, back to Hillman, kicks it but straight into that pack of players guarding the goals, and Nightcliff now with a clearing kick, but Pavic floating across the top couldn't quite take the mark. Michaela Ward there working hard to bring it out against Pavic, but the umpire ball it up. So we're on the 50, right on the 50 for St. Mary's here. But the Nightcliff defence are rock solid today. Gemma Iacono there now, but the ball is pulled in by Forshaw, and the umpire says he'll have it again. So 2.5 minutes into this second quarter, no score yet. Pavic now working in the ruck against Simmons. It's Simmons that comes out with a kick, and she's got the runners out there in landwear for Tigers, but she's wrapped up and spun around 360 by Barb Eilert. Inside 50 and now for St. Mary's, picked up by Grace Senior. Huge kick. Huge goal for St. Mary's, a much needed one by Grace Senior for the green and gold.
Well, we just saw about 3 minutes of St. Mary's class just locking that ball inside their forward 50, which we know they can do oh so well, just basically on repeat. We've seen it the whole season, so they finally get some reward for their hard work there, Liz. So now it's only a 1-point game in favour of Nightcliff. Yeah,
and with that large pack of players congregating around the half forward, Senior just really smart football there to just kick it over the top of everyone. She's got that powerful kick where she can kick 40-50 metres, so break the zone, go straight over the top. 3.5 minutes into the second quarter now. Nightcliff with the 1-point lead. They've led all game so far. Ball up, Pavic going up against Simmons in the ruck, taken out of the middle now by the Tigers. The handball misses, and Hatzismalis comes running through to try and regain possession for the Tigers now. Kick down the far wing. I think it's McWilliam there, the runner in number 7. Lopes turns around. Miller there with the pressure on that lead, and a great tackle there by St. Mary's allows Pavic to pick it up off the ground and send it back inside the centre circle. Got the runners now, Nightcliff. They've got 2-on-1, but Jeanette Grant from St. Mary's beats both of them. Handball to Hillman, who goes back to Trigg. High up and under kick, hits up Billy Byers now. She's calling her players forward. She says, lead for me. Beautiful kick off the boot to Marley Gunderson, and she takes a chest mark for about 20-25 metres out on an angle. She plays on quickly into the goal square because she can see a player all in her own, and she's hit up Amy Carr in the goal square for St. Mary's. Carr just losing her opponent there and going unattended in the goal square for St. Mary's, and well done to Marley Gunderson for raising her eyes and looking for a teammate. Carr with a shot on goal now. 2 steps straight through. St. Mary's have hit the lead for the first time all game. That goal to Amy Carr. Incredible stuff there from the St. Mary's, just to lower the eyes and find those targets. It could have been a it would have been a much more difficult shot there from the pocket, I reckon, but it was good to spot the player in the open goal square. Good teamwork there, and it's ended in a goal, and now they have the lead back. Well, for the first time, I should say, in fact. Yeah, and Amy Carr, all the way from Ottawa in Ontario in Canada. So she's the Canadian equation for St. Mary's, her first season in the NTFL. She's kicked 4 goals this season in 3 games. So what a sensational goal that was. So back in the middle now, and it is St. Mary's with the lead. Very accurate kicking today. 4 straight goals, 24. Nightcliff 3-1-19. Ball up, and Simmons now out of the ruck for Nightcliff. Ball hits the deck. Janet Baird over the top, goes backwards to Carr, but doesn't take the handball now. Delacour backwards to Emily Forshaw, who was in the forward line a minute ago, and now she's in the back line. No one really picking the ball up here, but finally Janet Baird does, and a big handball over the top to Hannah Fosbrook, who steps around Hatzismalis, gets a high up and under kick, but that pressure there by Len, where super important for Nightcliff. St. Mary's just charging forward here. Senior can't pick it up. She's under pressure. Gets a little handball off to Pavic. High kick to the top of the goal square. 2 Nightcliff players beat Marley Gunderson, but she wraps up the Nightcliff player, and it'll be a ball up at the top of the goal square for St Mary's. So dangerous again, Ryan, for Nightcliff. Hillman now in the ruck. No one gets it. Billy Byers takes it out. She have a shot on goal. She should kicks this, Billy Byers, and she claps in excitement as that one goes through for St Mary's 5th goal of today.
Absolutely. It just seemed when St Mary's were moving the ball inside 50, Nightcliff just weren't willing to run with their opponent. It was probably about a 3-on-1 in favour of St Mary's in the end there, and of course that just meant a pretty easy inside 50 entry for the Saints. So maybe just the heat getting to the Tigers a little bit at the moment, just not being able to run with your opponent. You can't be doing that against the Saints. The Saints will capitalise every single time. You've got to run with them. Yeah, and Billy Byers, she's the reigning best and fairest for St Mary's, so you don't leave her unchecked. And she also won the Big Rivers Footy League best and fairest in the off-season down there in Catherine. So Marley Gunderson's been super impressed with her today. She's just come off for a rest as Senior just bashes that out of the ruck. Carr picks it up and she's on the run under pressure but gets the kick away. Jeanette Grant, big punch by the Nightcliff defender there. Picked up now by St Mary's in Shiner. A kick on goal. It bounces in the goal square. Great work by Tigers, but a running kick off the ground by Hillman. St Mary's have kicked 4 straight goals in this second quarter in the first 8 minutes. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start, could you, for the Saints? I mean, obviously to be down points and now suddenly bounce straight back up into the lead. I think that's a 17-point lead, and yeah, things not looking good early for the Saints in this second term. Yeah, and I'm just watching the Tigers captain Hannah Turnbull there, and she's just talking to her Nightcliff Tigers teammate, telling them to drop back. She did everything right there, but she was the only one. So she was just outnumbered by St Mary's, and they resulted in a goal. The score now, St Mary's 6 straight goals, 36. Nightcliff 3-1-19. Back in the middle now, and it's Senior just smashing it out of the ruck for Saints. They've used 3 different ruck today, which I haven't seen them do all season, which is interesting. Good sharing around by the coach Ryan Smith. Both the coaches today in their first year of Women's Premier League coaching. Ryan Smith for St Mary's and Andrew Rock for Nightcliff, which is interesting. St Mary's now getting it down to Emily Forshaw, Senior, running out of the ruck, trying to tap it on. Nightcliff with numbers around the ball, and the umpire should blow the whistle. Very interesting point you just brought up, Liz, with the coaches. Both are having very successful first years, I would say, Liz. 4th v 2nd, Nightcliff being 4th, of course. Yeah, they're both very experienced and they've coached in other grades, but both passionate about women's footy, which is fantastic, as St Mary's try and get this inside 50. Pavic just there charging through, but wrapped up by the Tigers, and there's about 13, 14 players around the ball as the umpire runs in and says she'll ball it up again. Almost the 10-minute mark of this second quarter. Byers now can't quite pick it up. She's got Tigers hot on her heels in Sophie Hatzamalis, who's one of the best players in the competition. Picked in the NTFL rep side, which is coming up in January. Kick inside now by St Mary's. Hits Grant on the chest, but it just bounced off at the last minute. She gets it back, gets the handball back to Shiner in the hot pink headwear today. Billy Byers now with the handball, but some great defensive work there by the Tigers. Shiner again now with a kick inside, hits Joe Miller on the chest about 40 metres out in front of the St Mary's clubhouse for the Saints. It's been a bit frantic in this quarter, and the umpire says it's actually a free kick and it's going to go to Jeanette Grant. So we're beyond her kicking distance. She'll look to pass it off. Joe Miller is all on her own. Now Michaela Ward's dropped in that hole. Kick inside. No mark taken. I think it's Senior. She swings around, has a shot on goal, but that one's gone through for a behind. So the first, I think that's St Mary's first behind of the day. Very, very accurate kicking. 6-1-37 to Nightcliff's 3-1-19. So definitely a little bit of a shootout, but just not in Nightcliff's advantage at the moment. Turnbull now bringing it in for the Tigers. No one on the mark, so she runs it right up her full measure. Goes for the safety of the boundary line side. No mark, but there's been a free kick, and that'll go to the Tigers. So Tigers will work it out of the defensive 50 now. High up and under kick. Goes over the top of everyone. Delacour
tries to pick it up, but the Tigers pick it up through Jacobs and a handball. Now another one with Johnson and a little kick from Hannah Garland, and she stays down after her kick. Inside 50 for St Mary's, but some great defensive work there by the Tigers, and Sophie Hatzimalis is out there on her own. She doesn't get a kind bounce though, which allows the St Mary's players to catch up to her. Now it's a foot race on the wing. Two players there, Barb Eilert, and I can't read the other white number, so I think it's Christy Landwehr for the Tigers. Handball backwards now to Fogus. Tigers trying to work it down the wing, but they just can't get a clean possession today. Now Forshaw gets the handball away. Kick by St Mary's, and that's Billy Byers, I think. Handball's out wide. She's got the runners on there, and big kick to the top of the goal square. It's all Nightcliff. Comes off hands though to Grace Senior, and she's kicked another one, and running into goal for St Mary's. Grace Senior with her second of this quarter, and that's 5 goals to St Mary's in this quarter, Ryan.
Yeah, well, you said it just a minute ago, where Nightcliff just haven't been able to have a clean bit of the ball at the moment. So really, ever since the first quarter, we haven't seen Nightcliff just play the way that they were, getting over the back, getting those easy sort of marks, I should say. A lot of them were the contested marks. So we haven't seen that from Nightcliff yet. And you've said her name a few times today, but Billy Byers has been really turning it on in this second quarter. So of course involved in that score, so she is one to watch at the moment. Yeah,
2 goals to Grace Senior in this quarter, 1 to Billy Byers, 1 to Hannah Hillman, and 1 to Amy Carr. So a 5-0 second quarter to St Mary's. Umpire just having a chat to the players to get back to position, and it'll be Jacobs for Nightcliff and Hillman for St Mary's in the ruck. Hillman with that height advantage again. There's been a free kick paid, and it will go to Tigers, and Michaela Ward in the middle. So she clears it to the far side there. Great mark by Nikki Anderson, the shortest person in that pack, and she came out with the ball. Gives it off to Amy Carr. Sends it long. Good lead there. Good defensive lead by Hannah Turnbull from the Tigers. Chops it off now, and she kicks it out to the scoreboard side. So Tigers just trying to settle it down now, and as you said, try and get some clean possession, but goes through the middle of 2 Tigers players, and St Mary's able to rebound out of defence. Iacono gets tackled without it, and she goes back in, putting the tackle on. Tigers with the kick away, goes straight to Emily Forshaw. She just knows how to read the ball, Forshaw. 2 hands in the back there, but the umpire says play on, and Nightcliff will pick it up and get a little kick away. Looks like Dalla there with a nice mark for the Tigers. Just talking to her teammates there, asking them to come forward. Kick down the field. Good pressure there by Baird to punch it away for St Mary's. Tigers are wrapped up with the ball, and the umpire will run in. So bit of the sting going out of this quarter. It's almost the 15-minute mark after 5 straight goals from St Mary's. Hillman over the top now, gets it to Iacono, just weaves through traffic there. Over the top of everyone at St Mary's with the runners. Hannah Fosbrook, Jeanette Grant takes it, but she's wrapped up by the Tigers. And Shiner comes out with it, has a shot on goal, but through for another behind. That was very dangerous there, so well done to the Tigers for stopping the run of St Mary's.
Absolutely, the players were ready out the back for when the ball eventually came, and very lucky that was not another major for the Saints.
Hannah Turnbull now bringing it in. Once again, no one on the mark. Comes down the grandstand side. Fosbrook with the punch away. Gemma Iacono now tackled and holding the ball. Didn't dispose of it correctly, so good tackle there by McWilliam, who's pushed down the field for the Tigers. Kicks down the grandstand side. She's looking for Michaela Ward. Beautiful mark by Wardy. Just those strong hands. They are so impressive. She's got Janet Baird on the mark. She's going to go down the wing. Spots up a teammate, but Pavic with the pressure now, and Nikita Long at the back. Nikita Long is taken high and will get the free kick. St Mary's in the all-green outfits today, avoiding a jumper clash with the Tigers yellow. Nikita Long to the safety of Joe Miller now on the no more sign. No more round this weekend. On the left, finds Delacour. So St Mary's just slowing it down now as there's no one behind Delacour on the field except for poor Jimmy. Everyone's in this this forward centre area. Tigers turn it over, but they got no one to kick in. But a player who's come off the bench sends it inside 50, but it's all poor Jimmy back there. As I said, she was the last man standing in defence, and she's going to get a free kick for a push in the back. So Tigers are getting the ball, Ryan, but there's no one to kick to when they all push forward.
Absolutely, and I think when the ball does come to ground, it's all St Mary's living there, so Nightcliff need to go back to that air dominance and quickly.
So head over the ball there by Tigers. I think it's Landwehr again, results in a free kick. It is. Turns around, spotted up a teammate, hits her on the chest. Good kick there and a good mark there by Sophie Berry. Berry plays on quickly. Inside 50, goes over the top of everyone and players hit the deck. Picked up by McWilliam, but her kick goes astray this time and it's going to go... Should not quite roll over. I think it's Della who's run onto it. Takes her time and has a little kick, and the Tigers have hit the post.
Ooh. Well, they needed that one, and it's going to go astray, so
they've yet to kick a goal in this second quarter, the Tigers, after leading at quarter time. So St Mary's 7-2-44 leading the Tigers 3-3-21.
Yeah, impressive turnaround by the Saints to go from a 7-point lead to a 23-point lead now for the Saints. It's incredible.
Billy Byers running it in, gone straight to the Nightcliff opposition, though they've picked it up and sent it back inside 50. Quick chain of handballs and a kick to Michaela Ward, who's at the back, should mark this uncontested. So great work by Michaela Ward there to float around the back of the pack, and she'll have a shot on goal for the Tigers.
This is what the Tigers missed on this term, I reckon. Not too much time left, I would reckon, Liz, as we just ticked over the 18-minute mark, but gee, they need this.
So just 2 steps, and Michaela Ward has put it through for the Nightcliff Tigers there. First goal in this second quarter, and she becomes just their second goal kicker after Cassie McWilliam kicked 3 in the first quarter.
Yeah, huge. Both of them kind of just went missing for the majority of this term, I would think, but good to see she's still getting involved there, and that's a pretty huge goal as we just creep up on half-time here. Of course, Casey McWilliam's also part of that NT rep squad, so just looking to see if she can have something else, maybe if there is enough time still just to sneak one more, bridge that gap back to 11 points. So
yeah, they'll have to get the clearance and get it down there pretty quick. Looks like Simmons going up in the ruck against Pavic. Simmons with that one. Billy Byers running in for St Mary's, and the Nightcliff play being wrapped up there by Gemma Iacono. So her first game in about 5 weeks, I think, for St Mary's, coming off an injury. Simmons again takes it out of the ruck, but picked up by St Mary's. Iacono gets tackled ferociously, but poor Jimmy just sends it inside 50 with a huge kick for St Mary's. Jeanette Grant trapping the ball. Handball to Shiner, doesn't take it cleanly, but she goes in for a second effort. If she can get it over the top, she's got Grace Senior all on her own. Handball backwards by Jeanette Grant, and some good body work by Shiner, but then she's tackled, and St Mary's run onto it through Trigg. Trigg high up and under, but it's going to... Grace Senior's taken it. Huge handball. I'm not sure who to. I think she was looking for Fosbrook. Player held without it. It's Marley Gunderson, and she'll have a free kick from right in front of the goal there, Ryan, on a very slight angle, and you would almost pencil this one in for St Mary's.
Yeah, that's a disappointing result for the Nightcliff Tigers there. Thought they had the numbers there to work it out, but no, they could be giving up another major here, right on the cusp of half-time.
Yep, Marley Gunderson was... she's been fantastic all day today for St Mary's. Dad Carl's the assistant coach of the men. Runs in, puts it on the right, and that's another goal for St Mary's, and isn't she happy about that? And all the players get around her, so a great goal there by Marley Gunderson. Makes that 6 goals in this second quarter for the Saints.
Huge 23-point lead as we just ticked over the 20-minute mark, heading into the 21st minute. So I reckon definitely the heat will be getting to some of the players. Of course, as we played during the wet season up here in the territory, the summer, some might say.
Just hasn't been very wet so far.
No, just hot.
Just hot.
Yeah, but I think Nightcliff will be wanting to get to this break as quickly as possible. Go back over what their key points are in this game, because I thought their marking was far more dominant than St Mary's, and obviously we just haven't seen quite enough of it in this second term.
So back in the middle for a ball up, Pavic going up against Simmons. It's been pretty even in the ruck today. No one being able to pick it up yet. Pavic goes back in for a ball, and there's the siren. So it's half-time here at TIO Stadium in Darwin, and it is St Mary's 8-2-50, leading the Tigers 4-3-27. St Mary's slamming on 6 goals in that second quarter, Ryan. What a fair effort that was.
Yeah, very, very impressive to be down at the first quarter and then bounce into a 23-point lead. It is huge, but we will be right back for round 10 action after this short break.
So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we are here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away.
Get a quote today.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Putt on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
And we'll see you around Palmerston Mini Golf.
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Auskick, where we run a girls only option, and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footy.
We signed our daughter up for Auskick because her big brother did Auskick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
The thing about a girls only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Auskick because I get to play with my sister. We love Auskick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls only group really developing over the clinic.
Evie just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Auskick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
Yeah!
Prominent inside forward 50, just getting himself in some space. Davidson that time gave it to him. Now he hand passes off to Braden McLean, who has a long shot at goal, and I think this one looks pretty good. It's the first goal of the game. It's a scramble at ground level. Eventually it comes back to Tipalura. He gets a hand pass out once he's tackled to Thompson. Thompson kicks long towards goal. It's swinging back. It's going to bounce. I think it's just crossed the goal line. It must have wobbled a bit in the air there, the kick all season, and again he just plucks it out of the air this time, hands it off to Stanley Tipalura. He ducks around the player in front of him, covered plenty of distance as he kicks long towards goal again. It does look good, and that's straight through for another quick goal to Tiwi through Stanley Tipalura this time.
So it might be right on the 50 on the paint that he'll go from. No, dummy. He's just phenomenal. Puts that one up high. Tiwi's happy about it, umpire's happy about it, and that is one in the books there for Karen Ewer. Phenomenal goal.
Like me noted, just drops that one down at his feet. There's the kick off the ground coming through there. And out of nothing, Joel Cabillo's got on the end of it and socked one through by Thaddeus Port Jimmy, who swings around onto the left foot, chips a pass inside forward 50. Stanley Tipalura at ground level picks up on the outside of the boot, kicks towards goal. And I think you'll find that's another Tiwi goal. Forward 50, Davidson comes in the marking contest, couldn't mark it. McLean at ground level gets it to Taylor, over to Davidson, over the top to Dre Thompson, running into the open goal. And that was a better passage of play from Wanderers. It's looking to switch to the outer side of the ground. Good work down there by Abraham, working back to get his hand to the ball, and now Wanderers a chance going forward. Mitch Taylor shrugs the tackle, gets the hand pass to Arbin through the hands to Braden McLean on the goal line, and again
it goes high on a kick, looking for an option in the goal square. A few players floating around. It's picked up nicely, put on the boot there by he's done well, and that was beautiful from Babui. And drilled forward into their forward line. It'll be a one-on-one contest, but it's spilt. Looks like McDonald Tipperwoody circles around, puts it on the boot. Will it drill through? It has drilled through, and that is a goal for McDonald Tipperwoody. Just
runs onto this one, just couldn't control it down there, and eventually it lobs into the hands of Arbin. He hand passes across here to Dre Thompson, who tries to hook it around with a check side kick from directly in front, and he's brought it back for a Wanderers goal. And
dominate, which it looks like they're doing early on. It's a hand pass over the top there, pushed into space. It looks like Karen Ewer's just a snap, and he's just, I couldn't even get out what I said was going to happen, because it happens. Kick in, beautifully done there. He's going to hand pass that off. Darley's just going to finish it himself and goes bang from just outside 50. Umpire's having a look at it and says, yep, you can have that one, Darley. The centre square there, it's marked beautifully, but
it's Karen Ewer. Ball's in Karen Ewer's hands at the end of the game, probably fittingly, but yeah, that is the end of the game, and a comprehensive win to Tiwi, who've put on a show for their home crowd at Warramiyunga here today.
As Xavier Vallejo brings it out, puts it on the right and gets it inside 50 for St Mary's. Looking for big Tex Cordefo, who kicked 7 last week, but Jack Lant picks it up, puts it on the left, puts it through for a goal in the opening minute for St Mary's. Jack Lant with the opening goal.
Way, and he has not even made the distance. Chance for a quick snap there from number 22 for St Mary's, and it's a goal. And that man is in fact Mitch Musgrove.
To Nate Paredes, who kicks it inside. Kevin Moroney working his hardest there in defence. Coming through, Jack Klusky. Play on, says the umpire. Klusky kicks another goal for St Mary's. Last week he hasn't kicked one today. He's got 2 Buffaloes defenders there. He beats them both and gets the handball to Jackson Calder. Calder plays on quickly, puts it on the boot, and Calder has kicked 2 goals in a row for St Mary's after some great work by Tex Cordefa, who just takes an unassuming mark now. He's got Jack Lant all on his own at the top of the 50. Lant, no one in front of him, just sends it home. Jackson Calder raises his finger in the air to indicate another goal for St Mary's. The back to Stafford, turns around, puts it on the boot. Jared Stokes can't take the mark, but buffs with the runners, and Bradley Gunnabar runs in and kicks a much needed goal for the Darwin Buffaloes at the 27-minute mark of the second quarter. Attended in Nathan Stewart, turns and kicks likewise.
Space.
He's got Gunnabar free. He runs into goal. We give the handball off. He does unselfish to Hassan Ahmet Watkins, and he kicks it in to the fence for a goal for the Darwin Buffaloes. Hassan Ahmet Watkins getting
first.
First for the day on fines. Jack Lant on the chest in the middle. Plays on quickly. He's got Jack Klusky all on his own and the umpire. So Klusky will run onto the ball. Settles. Puts it through for a goal. You know it's going to be a goal down the Saints end, Gray, because from where we're sitting you can watch Jackson Calder put his finger up every time.
In fact, he is. Out here to his teammate. Oh, hit him hard. That was number 21 for St Mary's, Luke Davies, and he kicked a goal. Spun around on his to kick it over his left shoulder, and a nice goal to St Mary's, Liz. That's their 15th.
Putting it on the boot, looking for Cordefa, but he's double teamed. Off hands now. The ball, and St Mary's with a goal within the first 15 seconds.
Out there now, though, number 33, Matty Campbell.
So Dylan Lant now just running the ball through the centre. He's gonna
look at this.
Gets around a player.
Look at this.
Has a shot on goal, but it's gone through for a goal. So Dylan Lant, he wanted that great. He took it out of the centre and finished it off, the captain of St Mary's. Handball though, Matheson surrounded, gets it back to Jared Stokes, takes a bounce, he weaves through traffic, chucks it on the boot, and that looks like a goal to Jared Stokes from outside 50. What a great captain's goal. Everywhere, players screaming with arms. Seth Harris all on his own, Matheson running back. Didn't give away the free kick. Jackson Calder picks it up, kicks his 8th goal of the day. Jackson Calder with another goal for St Mary's.
The boy from the Mornington Peninsula goes bang, and the game is all over. 27-12, 174 to 98-62. Liz, a percentage booster for St Mary's.
Through Cassidy. Cassidy pushes that one forward, bouncing to space there, beautifully picked up by Carroll. He finds Carlin in space. Carlin puts it on the left, and just like that, that's the first major in this game between second and third. Goes high. It's a pack of people there. It's running into space there. It looks good. It's Randall with a little dribble in, and he stopped it. Grab. Chips that one back in. It's a high ball. It's a 3-on-1. What a stunning take there by Jay Moody.
Between the 50s, so
that's
the centre square's getting a workout today.
So you can see Brody Philo doing what he can, but Carroll managed to get a boot to it easy, and it's kicked. And just like that, they looked like pulling. Yes, it was. Just a beautiful chip kick there, taking advantage of a hand pass from Carroll. So Nightcliff looking for options here. Pushes that one forward, a short chip kick in. It's marked spectacularly there. Beautiful, great hands there from Mitchell Randall.
Breeze is going to the left of screen.
It's a big kick. It's high. It might drop short or go all the way. Oh, it's just about whether or not he was placed. No, umpires called it a goal. They needed that one, Nightcliff. That just extends that lead for them a little bit further. Again, beautiful clinic football. Magro on the run and just goes bang. Look at that. That is clinic football. You can't imagine Ryan Ayres is upset with that. That's to get up and running tonight, and he has his second goal in a matter of a few minutes. Marches in, left boot. Looks good, but it might drift. Is it going to get across the line? I think it has. Bang. Just like that, and this is a 1-point ball game at TIO Stadium. Picked up there nicely by Mackenzie. Oh, and just found Lachlan Cassidy. Oops, oh, he wasn't ready for it, but he's played on quickly. Beautiful right boot kick, and he's happy with it. And just like that, Mackenzie goes bang and puts Waratah right back in this ball game. Ake under pressure there from Brown. A sharp kick.
Well, welcome back. It's round 10 action. AFLNT welcomes you to No More Round, where the NTFL, in conjunction with No More, takes a stand against domestic and family violence. This begins our pretty big round of footy, actually, Liz. We got Waratah Southern Districts as well after this. Palmerston Magpies and the Wanderers in the women's comp. So plenty of big games coming up today.
Yeah, a few big games coming up as we're back underway here in the middle. Jacobs in the ruck against Hillman, and Nightcliff trying to get that ball out. But as we said, there's been hard to get that clear possession out of the middle, and St Mary's now wrapping up the Tigers. And the umpire will ball it up. That was Garland just throwing the ball back. So a 24-point margin in favour of St Mary's going into this second half. Emily Forshaw head over the ball. Tigers trying to get it out. Looked like a throw, but umpire said play on, and now Della picks it up. Wrapped up quickly by Hunter, though, and their big pack forming around the ball as they did in the first half. Little kick away doesn't go far enough, and again chopped off by St Mary's, but that kick turned over by Georgia Johnson. Switches it now to the far side. The player running onto it there, Farmer for Nightcliff, but just the pack forming around the ball every time. St Mary's bumped off the ball. Nightcliff able to get a kick away, goes straight to Hillman though. Gets around the player, puts it on the boot, and a beautiful mark there by Grace Senior, who was fantastic in the second quarter, kicking 2 goals. Sends it inside 50. It's Grant at the back, can't quite take the ball cleanly, but St Mary's now with Byers kicks it across to Gunderson, but a beautiful defensive punch away there by the Tigers. Picked up again by Byers, swings around, puts it on the right, but it's intercepted once again by Tigers, and they're going to clear it out backwards through handballs. Sophie Hatzamalis now the kick away, but it's chopped off again by Gunderson. She's had a fantastic first half in this game of footy. Kicked a goal in the second quarter as she calls her teammates forward. Sends it to the top of the goal square, but it's chopped off and marked by the Tigers. And again, apologies, we can't read those white numbers on the yellow jumpers today that the Tigers are wearing. Sophie Hatzamalis kicks it to McWilliam, but she's unable to mark it. Handball misses the target now, and it's going to be rushed across for a throw-in. Amelia Carr there for St Mary's and Fogus for the Tigers. So 2 minutes into this third quarter, and a bit of a stalemate at the moment, Ryan.
Yeah, a bit of a replay of the early of the first quarter, I'd say, Liz. So just looking to see who can get that superiority in this third term.
Hellman reading the throw-in best, St Mary's, but her handball misses the target, but she goes back in to get it. 2 Tigers diving on top of her, and the umpire ball it up once again. So right in front of us here, right in the middle of the Morris Rioli grandstand. St Mary's with a bit of a height advantage in the ruck today with Hillman. St Mary's Gemma Iacono just tackling the Nightcliff player across the line, which was Megan Fogus. So we'll have another throw in.
Just interesting to keep an eye on. It seems like Nightcliff have usually got the spare player around the contest. They're just not utilising it much at the moment. It seems like St Mary's this time round, but most of the game it's been Nightcliff.
So Kat Sim back in the ruck now for Nightcliff, a bit better in that height matchup. Poor Jimmy just smashing it back towards Amy Carr, but her handball only goes as far as Nightcliff player, who gets called for holding the ball. So St Mary's now with a free kick to Amy Carr. No, the umpire says Rayma Poor Jimmy. Her kick, beautiful kick there to Marley Gunderson. She plays on quickly, runs to try and put it inside 50. A great mark to Monet Hunter, about 55, 60 metres out from St Mary's goal. Sends it deep inside the forward line. Big pack there. Goes over the back. Senior is there. Tries to kick it off the ground. Picked up by Shanette Grant, and she has a shot on goal, and she has kicked the opening goal in this third quarter for St Mary's. A goal to Shanette Grant.
Yep, 4 minutes into the third term, and that is a pretty good start, I would say, for the Saints. It seemed like Nightcliff were going to work their way back out of that defensive 50, and we saw that they can take marks really strongly, that Nightcliff side, and I'm sure that's probably what they were looking for. But then that holding the ball free kick just kind of in the middle of the ground, and Saints worked it forward, and another goal out the back.
So the score now, St Mary's 9-2-56, leading Nightcliff 4-2-26. It's a 30-point margin. So Jeanette Grant, she's been fantastic in the first half as well, and doing lots of work inside the forward line, so reward for effort there with the goal as Hillman smashes that one out of the ruck. Landwehr running onto it for Nightcliff, but she's just pushed off the ball. The pack forms again and the umpire will ball it up. Had a quick chat to Jed Anderson down there at half time. He's watching his wife Nikki play for St Mary's before he goes and plays for Crocs today. Another ball up. Hillman in the ruck against Simmons. Nightcliff with a kick away. Picked up by the Tigers in the middle. McWilliam with it, but she's wrapped up by Trigg, and Raymond Pujimi gets a big kick away, trying to get it inside 50 for her team, but some great defensive work there for the Tigers. Handball out wide, and they're going to take it down the far side. I think that's Landwehr again in the number 12. She's been good today. Gets a high tackle, and it should be a free kick.
Just looking for the control now for Nightcliff. Don't want to turn it over here. Very dangerous.
Landwehr now with a nice kick down the wing and a good mark there by her teammate underneath the old scoreboard. Bring it down the St Mary's Club side. Good body work under the ball and a mark to Nightcliff. Now they're inside 50. But some good defensive work there by St Mary's. Creed Ray to beat her opposition to the ball. Almost over the line, and a good tackle by Janet Baird. We'll see the ball over the line. So Janet Baird in her first game for St Mary's. That's a huge get, coming straight off AFL Hawthorn's list. Previous women's best and fairest in the NTFL League a few seasons ago. Good to see her back in Darwin. So taken out of the ruck by Kat Simmons. She tries to send it inside 50, but Nikita Long doing some great defensive work there. And another handball by Paula Pavic and a kick away by Miller. She finds Shiner all on her own inside the centre square. Looks up and she's got Billy Byers coming off the bench, so she takes the mark uncontested. Players just streaming down the ground now, so Byers takes her time and gives it back to Shiner. She's got a number of leads inside 50 if she can get it over the top. And that's what she does. Sends it high. Nightcliff fly for the ball. Took each other out of that marking contest, and a big pack forms over the ball, so the umpire will ball it up again.
Yeah, that would be pretty disappointing for the Nightcliff to go all the way from essentially their forward 50 now back the other way. They've got to hold on here.
So Pavic in the ruck against Kat Simmons, who's doing a great job for Nightcliff today. Shiner can't pick it up. Bit of pressure there by the Tigers, but Miller comes out of it with her left foot on the boundary line. Great mark by Jeanette Grant. She plays on quickly, has a shot on goal, but it's all Nightcliff back there in the goal square with some disciplined defence, and they see it through for a behind.
I think, well, Joe Miller, probably not exactly the game that we expect of her. Of course, she's a super high-quality player. I think she's still getting involved in big moments, and it was nearly another one there as they play on.
Yeah, well, she just runs all day, and she's just run to the bench, and she's down on her haunches. It's a pretty hot day out there today, as we see St Mary through Grant again take that ball, but chopped off now by the Tigers, and they're going to bring it back down the grandstand. Great mark there by Amy Carr on two Nightcliff players running back with the ball for St Mary's. Centres it. The kick doesn't hit a target. McWilliam picks it up and spins out, gets the handball backwards for Nightcliff, but some good defence there by St Mary's in Hillman. Big pack once again over that ball. Umpire pays holding the ball, and there'll be a free kick to St Mary's. Billy Byers now with the hands off to Janet Baird. Used to be teammates, those two, out at Palmerston. Sends it inside 50, but Hannah Turnbull doing great defensive work there for the Tigers. Gets it back to a teammate who does a clearing kick just outside the 50 now, but under pressure there by Fosbrook. Over the ball, I think it's Landwehr. She's going to get a free kick. Landwehr now has a teammate all on her own. I think it's McWilliam. Going to go down the far wing. Ooh, did that go over the line untouched? Yes, it did, says the umpire. St Mary's will get the free kick, Ryan.
Yeah, not a good spot to turn it over there.
So Nikita Long now brings it back inside. I was about to say finds the safe hands of Billy Byers, but she dropped it. Tries to regain possession now. Barb Eilert has it for St Mary's. Gives it off to poor Jimmy, who finds Gunderson. Turns and plays on quickly despite some close checking from Nightcliff, and her kick's turned over to Sophie Hatzismalis. Hatzismalis puts it out in front of, I think it's Adela. It's not Della there, but a teammate for Nightcliff. Great defensive punch away by Carr, but she's rolled her ankle when she hits the deck and she's in a bit of pain there. Nightcliff now going inside 50, but Nikita Long chopping it off, brings it back to the grandstand side in front of Pavic, who should run onto it. Good pressure there by Berry for Nightcliff. Emily Forshaw now with the ball. Umpire says he'll have it, and we're just watching Amy Carr run off the ground. Bit sore and sorry for herself. I think she just rolled her ankle minutes ago for St Mary's. Two-person tackle there, St Mary's put on Nightcliff, but the player able to get the kick away in focus. Cut off by Rayma Port-Jimmy, but the umpire says she's giving away a free kick, and that'll go to Gabby Adela of Nightcliff from about 60 metres out. Port-Jimmy saying what for?
Yeah, but big opportunity for the Tigers here. Need a mark here, need a goal. 30 points the difference.
And there's another Saints player, I think it's Marley Gunderson. It's going to come off now, looking a bit worse for wear as well. Gabby Della with the ball, play on. Emily Forshaw almost chops it up with the mark, brings it to ground and then follows up her own work. Saints going to go backwards now. Janet Baird with the ball gets the handball back to Nikki Anderson, who's just pulled by a jumper by Della, who gets wrapped up by Miller. Cassie McWilliam unable to take the handball. There's players just throwing themselves at each other here, and the umpire has found a free kick, and that will go to Nightcliff, who play on quickly through Berry. Tries to centre the ball, but Gemma Iacono's there, and she's like a raging bull just running now. She's got three Nightcliff players around her, and she's still going. She gets stepped, and Nightcliff send it back inside. Michaela Ward opting to punch it away because she had 3 St Mary's players on her herself. So she goes for the safety of the boundary line.
Yeah, but it's at the right end if you're a Tigers supporter.
Yeah, it was a bit of a professional punch there by Wardy, because she knew she probably wasn't going to be able to mark it, but she didn't want St Mary's to mark it.
Good chance to set up.
Throw in now on the wing. No one really goes for it. Pavic trying to pick it up for Saints. Nightcliff wrapping up the Saints player. Umpire will ball it up. So 12-minute mark of this third quarter. And it is St Mary's with a 30-point lead. Just the 1 goal scored so far. So it won't be a long quarter, Ryan.
No, not at all, but just interesting to see on the scope of things. Nightcliff very well set up for the quick kick out by Saints if it does lead to that. On the far side wing.
So the ball just wrapped up again. No, free kick. Free kick to St Mary's, and Hannah Fosbrook coming up from the bottom of the pack. She's going to stick down the St Mary's Footy Club side. Probably could have taken more time then because her kick didn't come off as intended. Gemma Iacono now running in to pick it up. Goes across the line, and the Nightcliff players are saying deliberate. But the umpire says ball it up.
Yeah, just wondering if those spare numbers from Nightcliff should just maybe push into the contest a little. Just seems like St Mary's are still doing very well to win the contest, so just getting in some extra help maybe.
So the throw in now, Billy Byers picks it up. She's worked super hard all day. Her kick probably go across untouched. No, I think Nightcliff touched it. They probably should have just let it go over, Ryan, and they would have got the free kick for the last touch rule. It's pretty hard to think out there some days when it's, 36 degrees hot, but it feels like 46. So
no, not fun at all.
It's not fun. I remember the days well. My head used to blow up in the warm-up, let alone during the game. Paula Pavic now punching it down for St Mary. She's got Emily Forshaw there over the ball, but she's wrapped up by the Tigers. Umpire hasn't blown a whistle yet. I think all the players were waiting for it, and now it goes across the line.
Luckily for the players, seems to be a breeze just to the right of screen, so that's their one relief I think they'll be getting all game. But Yeah, I don't think there'll be too much time in this quarter, so probably only about 4 minutes left, I would say, Liz, in total, maybe thereabouts.
Yep, so throw in on the wing, about 70 out, 60, 70 out from the Nightcliff goal. There's been another whistle, and Kat Simmons will get a free kick, so she is going to go back and take her kick, take her time, which is good, as the Nightcliff forward line try and set something up here. They need a goal before three-quarter time. Simmons sends it inside. Good front position there by the Tigers. They handball it backwards. Just can't pick up that number of the player. McWilliams got it now. She gets a little kick away, and it's hit the chest of Sophie Berry. So what didn't look like a great kick, it turned into a good one for the Tigers.
Absolutely. They always say to play in front for just those kind of really, really lucky little short squirting kicks. But, yeah, great example of it there.
So Sophie Berry runs in. Great looking kick off the boot, and she has kicked a goal for the Nightcliff Tigers, their second of today. Sophie Berry with her first for today. So the margin reduces. St Mary's 9-2-56, Nightcliff 5-2-32.
Yeah, a much needed goal, Liz, in that one. It just seemed like this whole quarter's just kind of just been a stalemate. I think we've only had one other goal apart from the one that was just kicked in this term. So yeah, they really did need that one. It's back to a 24-point lead. St Mary's 9-2-56 to Nightcliff's 5-2-32. So, of course, some very accurate kicking today across the board. But, yeah, one that Nightcliff so desperately needed as we close in on three-quarter time.
Yeah, we're just ticking over 16 minutes here at TIO Stadium in Darwin in no more round. This third quarter, it won't go for too much longer because it's been fairly low scoring. Simmons up in the ruck against Pavic. Both players smashing at the ball, and it's Nightcliff with a clearance. They've got the runner there, but Marietta Jimmy just with a hand to it for St Mary's and follows up with a good tackle. Got the support there in Marley Gunderson, who's held without it. Umpire says play on. A handball backwards by Fogus. Then back to Garland, who gets a kick away. But straight onto the chest of Joe Miller for St Mary's.
Just everywhere. Just keeps on running.
100%. Miller now on the left down the grandstand side. Goes over the top of everyone. Nightcliff with Shermer back there. Kick away. Fosbrook at the back. Three-quarter time siren. And that's it for the third quarter.
Yep, St Mary's 9-2-56, Nightcliff 5-2-32. Big fourth quarter coming up. Can Nightcliff turn it back around and get over this 24-point deficit? We'll find out right after this short break.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
And a bit of constructive talk. I know it's hard, we've been all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion in the NT Guernsey, get in their face.
Well, welcome back to Round 10 action. AFLNT welcomes you to No More Round, where the NTFL, in conjunction with No More, take a stand against domestic and family violence. Liz, it's St. Mary's by 24 points. It's a pretty strong lead going into the fourth quarter, but do we think Nightcliff might have something in them to bring it home?
Yeah, anything could happen, and we saw St. Mary's trailing at quarter time but slamming on 6 goals in the second quarter to take a 24-point lead into half-time. Then an even third quarter, 1 goal apiece. But Nightcliff will have to be the one doing all the work to peg that margin back as we're underway in the final quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. It is Hillman that takes it out of the ruck for St. Mary's, gets it to Byers, who gets it to Trigg, who gets the kick away. Gemma Iacono now sending it inside 50, and she's got Amy Carr there back on after an ankle injury in the last quarter. Puts it on the boot to the goal square, and that is a mark, I think.
Umpire's paid it.
Umpire has paid it. That is a very strong mark to Grace Senior. Herself had a great second quarter, kicking 2 of those 6 goals for Saints. She'll have a kick on a pretty mean angle. She's going to centre it back to Carr, who doesn't run onto it with that ankle injury, and they're going to turn it over here. She probably should have had the shot on goal, so Jeanette Grant picking it up, but she's tackled by the Tigers. That kick smothered by Hillman, an important smother, and Shiner just laying the tackle on the Tigers here. St. Mary's wanting that shot on goal back. There's been a free kick paid. It'll go to Nightcliff. So well done to the Nightcliff defenders, because it looked like a certain goal to St. Mary's a seconds ago.
Don't want to give up the first goal of the fourth. It might just rob them out of this one.
So kick hard up against the boundary line, but a good mark there by Farmer for Nightcliff. She plays on quickly. She's got to get her kick away, and she does. Billy Byers under it, but so is Rasmussen for the Tigers. Gemma Iacono with a big tackle now, and the umpire says he'll ball it up again. So out of the ruck now by Hillman, but Tigers with a good possession. Janet Baird just tapping it away there, tapping it to her advantage. She takes a bounce in front of her player, doesn't pick it back up, and the ball goes across the line as she shakes her head with a big smile on her face and gives St. Mary's runner Jared Eilert a high five as she goes past. I think she's enjoying being back in Darwin and enjoying being back out on the footy field. Throw in on the wing, about 70 out from St. Mary's goal. Billy Byers just taps it to her advantage. Shows the ball inside the line, but the umpire calls it out. And the Nightcliff player disagreed with that, even though St. Mary's had possession. So it'll be a ball in. 65, 70 metres out from St. Mary's goal.
Pretty similar starts all these quarters at the moment. Bit of a tussle.
So Hillman and Simmons have been going up against each other in the ruck all day. Little tap away there, trying to find Hunter of St. Mary's. Landwehr running onto it for Tigers. Held without it. Umpire says play on. A push off the ball will be paid a free kick to St. Mary's, and that'll go to Monet Hunter against Mackenzie Farmer. Hunter in her first season for St. Mary's. Big kick inside 50. Big pack flies at the ball, and it's tapped down by Senior. Picked up by Shiner, but she's wrapped up by the Tigers.
Right end for the St. Mary's. Could be a dagger goal here if they can get it. Time on your screen is not correct, but a few minutes into this fourth time.
So a handball backwards now, looking for Jo Miller with her head over it. She's met by Sophie Hatzismalis, who working hard to get her handball out, but there's just pack around this ball as there has been all game, and the umpire will ball it up right on the 50-metre line. Hillman now uncontested, just taps it away. Michaela Ward working hard for the Tigers. No one able to get a clean possession until Tigers get the handball backwards and a kick away. Jeanette Grant over there on Sophie Hatzismalis. Hatzismalis with the tackle forces the ball to spill out. A little kick by St. Mary's now. Shiner jumping for that ball. Billy Byers loses her footing, and Shiner has it back. Tigers with the tackle pressure, but Jo Miller now, her kick is smothered, and Sophie Hatzis runs back and just mops it up easily, turns around, kicks it toward the boundary line, and it's gone out of bounds on the full, unfortunately, for the Tigers. So Jo Miller walking across there for St. Mary's to take that kick in.
Yeah, but credit to Nightcliff's defence. Their pressure up's been all day, particularly in this heat. It's a very well done job.
It is. So Jo Miller goes sideways. The kick doesn't come off as intended, and Carr just getting up pretty sore there. They both are. I think both players just went in so hard, but Landwehr coming up with a free kick. Looking a bit sore there herself, Ryan.
Yeah, probably just looking to slow down the play a little bit. Very hot.
Landwehr taking it down the far side. Gemma Iacono just rushing through, puts it out in front of herself, but Tigers able to get another kick away. Goes back now to Sophie Berry, who kicked the goal in the last quarter for the Tigers, and McWilliam now going to centre it into the centre square. Nice easy mark for Sophie Hatzismalis. Puts it on the right to her teammate in Jacobs. Just slowing it down now, the Tigers. Jacobs now looking for the lead there, but it goes straight through Nikki Anderson at the back for St Mary's. Picked up by the Tigers, and a little handball kicked off the ground by Johnson. Picked up by Pavic, and she's tackled by Hatzismalis. Anderson now, handball backwards to Joe Miller. She's everywhere on the ground, Joe Miller, but that mark chopped off by Sherma for the Nightcliff Tigers. So back in the middle of the wing on the grandstand side. Kicks it towards the Tigers' attack, but Paula Pavic in front manages to tap it down. Picked up by Janet Baird, who just rockets that handball out to Monet Hunter, who likewise to Nikki Anderson. Good kick away. Grace Senior under it. Just the strength to bring it to ground and tap it out in front of herself. She's got to beat 3 Tigers here, and it goes across the line right on the St Mary's interchange.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a pretty good opportunity for Nightcliff to score, especially when that switch into the middle. I thought it was most certainly on, but then they just kind of paused for far too long, and we know how good Saints can set up, so just had to push the tempo a little bit there, and now back the other way. Saints with a big chance to go back inside their forward 50. Chloe Jacobs in the ruck against Pavic. It goes over the top of both of them, but Creed Ray just getting the handball out to Joe Miller. Hits Nikita Long on the chest. I think Joe Miller should be in the top 2 or 3 for Saints today. Over the top, Nikita Long's kick goes to Senior, but it goes across the line on about 25 metres out on the St Mary's boundary. Well, that was the dream ball movement, getting the ball out the back through the middle. Great ball. And now, massive opportunity for the Saints to actually dead and bury this game. Yeah, they just need to keep a player ball side as Senior goes in, takes it out of the ruck and just kicks it to the goal square. Great work by Hannah Turnbull there. She's just going to rush it over the line for a behind for the Tigers, so she gets the opportunity to kick it in. Lots of experience there by Hannah Turnbull. Goes down and plays for Barunga in the Big Rivers League in the off-season. The Tigers with a really strong association down there. Goes to the far wing with a kick in. It's untouched. Goes across the line, and it should be a free kick to St Mary's or a throw-in. So it'll be a throw-in over in front of the St Mary's clubhouse. The wind's picked up a little bit, Ryan, just looking at those flags. Yeah, not helpful for the Tigers at all, unfortunately for them. But so the throw-in doesn't quite reach the ruck, but Chloe Jacobs takes it out and gets the kick away. Just touched across the line there, I think, by McWilliam, which saves that free kick for the last kick rule. So we're almost up to the 7-minute mark of this final quarter, and the Sting's really gone out of the game now. I think if there was a goal scored early, it might have made a bit of a difference. Throw in now doesn't quite make it. I think they might have to do that again, or has there been a free kick? Yep, it'll go back to the umpire. No, you're right though about the early goal. It was needed by Nightcliff and just hasn't come, so things just fizzling out here at TIO Stadium. So another attempt at that throw in, and Jacobs with a little tap in the ruck for Nightcliff. She goes back in to get the ball, but there's been another whistle and a free kick paid, and that'll go back. Can't quite read that number. 13 it is. Gemma Styles. I'm going to buy some binoculars for myself for Christmas so I can read the Tigers' white numbers on the yellow jumpers. So that'll be my Christmas present.
Only 2 weeks away. It's hard to believe we're at that point of the season already, Ryan.
Yeah, it flies so quickly. It feels like just yesterday the season was starting and now we're here.
And when we come back after Christmas, it's the NTFL rep game against Essendon, which will be fantastic. So
massive.
In late January. So huge fly there for Nightcliff, unable to take the mark now, and it's going to go back across the line for another throw in front of the St Mary's clubhouse. So, yeah, there's a number of players out there today for both teams who have been picked in the training squad for the NTFL rep game, and you can jump on the aflnt.com.au website.
Got a player down.
Yeah, there's an injury to a St Mary's player, I think. Didn't see what happened. Might be Billy no. That's Hannah Fosbrook, it is. So, yeah, she's up and about. I think she might just come off for a rest. But, yeah, the NTFL rep game, the full team lists are on the AFLNT website, Ryan.
Absolutely. So good to have that kind of game up here, of course, against Essendon.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic as we see the ball on the far wing now. Hatzismalis with a kick away. Michaela Ward running onto it, but pressure there by a number of St Mary's players. Back to Jacobs. She's worked hard for Nightcliff today. She's given away a few centimetres in the ruck, but she's tried her hardest all day as we see another free kick paid. And I think this one's going to St Mary's. It might have been for a throw. Just trying to pick up the player. I think it's Ali Trigg with the free kick.
And in absolutely no rush, but I'm sure everyone else would be feeling a pretty similar way.
Yeah, no, that's Creed Ray in the number 7. First season for St Mary's. So Creed Ray now sending it inside 50. The kick doesn't quite come off as intended. I think there's a lot of weary players out there playing the game in the middle of the day. Miller tries to tap it to her advantage, and now Trigg comes into the play, picks it up, spins around, puts it on the boot, high, up and under. Senior flies. She just manages to get a hand of and spoil the Nightcliff mark. Nikita Long now kicks it into the goal square, but there's all Tigers back there and they're going to run it out of defence, but it's going to go straight to Shanette Grant of St Mary's, who marks it about 45 out, centres it quickly. She's got Hunter, hits Hunter. She plays on quickly. I don't know why, and she's been called holding the ball. So, yeah, just probably should have taken her time then. And Nightcliff with possession now through Sophie Hatzismalis. Still inside the defensive 50 though. So Hatzismalis now centres it, hits up a teammate, beautiful kick. Sophie Hatzismalis been great for the Tigers today. They go through the middle now, and another good link up in the middle.
Yeah, just no one home for the Tigers. It's all Saints.
Yeah, they're doing so much work in defence when they go forward. They just haven't got the numbers there. Been another free kick paid. It'll go back to McWilliam of the Tigers. Just taking her time. No, it's going to go to her teammate. And I have absolutely no hope in seeing what number that player is, sorry. Binoculars for Christmas this year. So that kick is not taken, and Billy Byers is there for Saints. But the ball beats her to the line. So 11.5-minute mark in this final quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. It is St Mary's 9-3-57, leading Nightcliff 5-32. And we've just had the 1 point scored in this last quarter, Ryan, which is amazing given the high-scoring first half of this game.
Yeah, wear and tear just settling into the plays at the moment.
So throw in now Kat Simmons in the ruck, but it goes back to Pavic for St Mary's. High up and under kick is chopped off by that spare Tiger in defence. Just slowing it down now. Chip kicks now, finds Landwehr. Play on, says the umpire, and she does. But it's going to go straight to Billy Byers from St Mary's. So the Sting's really gone out of this game now. St Mary's are going to take the win. Nightcliff working hard, though, in defence to make sure the margin doesn't get any greater. They've got 1, 2, 3 players that could have taken the mark, and no one does. Gemma Iacono with some good late pressure there for St Mary's. Centering it now, and a lovely mark to the Tigers. They play on quickly, trying to get it through the middle. Ran a long way, bends over for a bounce. Looking now for Della of the Tigers. Della puts it on the right, but front position, good work there by Amy Carr of St Mary's and support by poor Jimmy. Pavic drops the mark but manages to pick it up and plays on quickly. It's back in the centre square now. Tigers with the numbers, but the pressure from Trigg is outstanding for St Mary's. Kick now will be turned over. Emily Forshaw gets a little push there. No free kick, so she goes back in to try and get it again. There's players just rolling around on the ground here. Getting up. Hats Smarless and Nikki Anderson just having a bit of a wrestle. And the siren has gone, so it is St Mary's that take the 4 points in this game. The final score, 9-3-57, Nightcliff 5-2-32. Ryan, some of your better players for both teams today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for St Mary's, it's hard to go past players like Joe Miller and Billy Byes, who has just been exceptional all day. I also like to point out Pavic as well and Carr, who have also stood out for me. On the Nightcliff side, unfortunately for the second half, there wasn't a whole lot to shine about, but Casey McMilliams with the 3 goals in the first home, it's hard to go past that. So she was incredible. Sophie Berry as well was also very, very huge. So yeah, massive win for St Mary's to keep up with the ladder leaders in Pint. Nightcliff now on a 2-game losing streak. Liz, thank you so much for joining me in the commentary tonight.
You're most welcome. I've got to go do another game now, so I'm going to be all out of breath after these two. But yeah, fantastic game. The women's competition, just the calibre of players and the skills is amazing. And when all of these players come together to play together for the NTFL in January, they'll put on a really good show and show what great brand of footy that we do play up here in the territory. So Nightcliff will regroup. They're a quality outfit. They've got a great coach in Andrew Rock, who's developing not just his senior players but his junior players, and they'll go back and regroup and they'll be there come finals. So it's round 10. It's a couple of weeks before Christmas and it's hot as hell out there. So but an all-round performance by St Mary's today. They didn't have too many passengers. It was a full team effort by them.
Well, that wraps up our Women's Premier League game for round 10. Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up later in today is Men's Premier League action, but from us here up at TIO Stadium, thank you so much for joining us.
Leaders within our community, our club representatives today are role models for all, displaying respect towards teammates, opposition and umpires out on the ground. We'll continue to be brave and call out disrespectful behaviour that we witness, and we'll continue to create a safe environment within our football club and the wider community that is welcoming to all. It is also vital to recognise the members of our community that display the values that are set out by No More. We do this today on the football field by presenting